Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly and this is a place where I like to share all of my sewing makes and wardrobe inspiration. Recently I posted a video that showcased my 33-piece capsule wardrobe. While that other video does showcase the pieces, there isn't really explanation as to why I've decided to do this challenge. So that's what we're going to talk about today. For a little bit of context, I've always been kind of a minimalist in general, and I personally just get very overwhelmed when there's too many things in my life, like in my kitchen, in my book collection, in the garden. If there's too much going on, I get really overwhelmed and I can almost feel like I'm paralyzed by all of the things. And the main thing for me is if I don't feel like the item is serving a purpose in my life, there's not only the element of overwhelm, but there's also this layer of guilt that is added because I purchased this thing and I put a lot of intention into buying something that was high quality, and then if it's sitting around unused, I just feel like I wasted money and I shouldn't have made that buying mistake. The same thing is definitely true for me in my wardrobe. Up until about 6 months ago, I've always kind of had a pretty minimalist wardrobe. And I did post a video last fall here on YouTube showcasing my 18 item fall capsule wardrobe. And I can link that video for you as well if you want to take a look at that. But just looking back from a year ago and seeing how much less I was living with and how I was still able to get dressed and have my basic needs met, it just made me realize that I've kind of lost my way a little bit with my closet. The main change that has occurred for me in the last 6 months is that I became a member of Lucky Sweater. Basically, it's a trading platform where you can meet with other people online and you can trade slow fashion items that you have in your closet and or me-made items that didn't work out. And what's so amazing about it is it's a trading economy. And so you're not selling items, you're just trading with other people and you're just basically paying shipping to get the item to the recipient. I got a little bit carried away with that app because I had some makes in my closet and some other things that I had been hanging on to that I wasn't wearing, and my intention was to trade the items with other people to replace them with items that I actually would love and cherish in my wardrobe. The problem was I was intending to reduce my closet and to just find the pieces that I truly loved and let go of the pieces that weren't working in my wardrobe. But over time, what was happening is people were offering me bundles for items that I had because they really wanted some of the things that I had up for trade. And so I would be making these bundle trades, and then all of a sudden, over time, I was just noticing that my closet was expanding, and what turned into this mission to reduce my closet ended up becoming kind of this overwhelm. But at the same time, I was also just really loving the community aspect of the app because you can talk with people on the app and there's like community discussions and you can post outfit of the days and people will comment. It's just a really fun community. And so I was feeling very inspired by the app and just really addicted. I was feeling a little bit addicted to the high of receiving new items in the mail and receiving these trades. On the one hand, I definitely learned a lot about my style throughout this last 6 months, and I played around so much more with colors and silhouettes that I never would have chosen to explore on my own, especially buying something brand new. There were many items that I would never spend $100, $150 to buy that item to just try it out. And so in some regards, it's been this really beautiful way to like explore my style and also get these beautiful handmade pieces in the mail from other makers. On the other hand, it's just been kind of this never-ending loop because there's this feeling that I've had is just like one more trade, and then I'll be done. I've been carrying that energy around for a few months now. And then I ended up going on to my bank statement a month ago maybe, and I tallied up all of the trades that I made and all of the money that I have spent on shipping. And although shipping generally would be between $5 to $20 depending on where you are sending the item, it does add up quickly. And I've done quite a few trades. And so it just was this reality check of like, oh my gosh, I am very much stuck in this consumerism loop right now, and it's not actually adding value for me. Like, yes, there are definitely a handful of items that I have received that I wear all the time now, and they're kind of staples in my wardrobe. But I have also been feeling super overwhelmed, and I've accumulated a lot of items. For me, it's just a living example of FOMO and that fear of missing out. Just realizing that taking a break and being able to have a reset would be very healthy for me. And the app's not going anywhere, the trading is not going anywhere. And so even if I have items in my closet right now that aren't working for me, it's okay for me to hang on to them for a few months and just take a breather. And so basically I've been wanting to do a closet reset and kind of like a no buy, if you will, but I haven't had the discipline to actually follow through with it. Last year, I watched a bunch of videos on Project 333 and I thought it was really interesting. I love the idea of having a seasonal capsule wardrobe because even if you're picking only 33 pieces, you can still have items in storage that you can swap out seasonally to kind of refresh your wardrobe. In my mind, it's a way to shop your closet and just to reduce down to a certain amount of pieces for a set amount of time. And when that time is up and you potentially do another challenge, you can kind of just swap out for new items. And then it feels like you're shopping for new clothing, even though it's stuff that you already own. So yeah, I've definitely been curious about Project 333. For me, it was a nice bridge too, because I do still plan on sewing a few things for fall, which if you haven't seen my fall sewing plans video, I can link it up here for you and you can take a look. For me, it was just a nice way for me to still allow myself to bring in new items that I've made myself, and I'm still sticking within that 33 piece limit and giving myself the opportunity to take a reset and to take a break from shopping, basically. As far as the actual challenge goes, I really struggled to figure out what my 33 pieces were going to be. There has been this element for me too after I filmed the video that I shared last week where I've been questioning some of the items that I picked. The whole point of the challenge is that you pick these items, and then if you're not actually wearing them over that 3 months, it's not like a wasted slot that you made the wrong decision. It's just a feedback loop to let you know that like this item clearly is not something that you're wearing, so you should just get rid of it or donate it or like, you know, trade it or whatever you want to do. But I haven't officially started yet, and there's a few things that I already am like, man, I feel like I mischose this thing, and I had already been questioning the items before I had declared on this video that that was going to be my capsule. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch out those few items today and just decide like, okay, this is what I'm doing for the next 3 months. And then I am going to stick to it. For example, this top that I'm wearing right now, I didn't include it in my fall capsule wardrobe because I already have another gingham top that's in my closet, but I wear this top all the time. And there was another top that I had showcased in my video, this black button-down top that I don't wear that much. And so in my mind, I'm like, I should try to set myself up for success here and actually curate a wardrobe that I think is going to work over this period of time. The last change that I have already thought about making is I have 2 pairs of leggings in this capsule, but I don't really wear leggings that often. I pretty much just wear them when I'm wearing a dress, and I only have 2 dresses in this capsule. And so I think I'm going to reduce down to 1 pair of leggings, and then there is this pair of overalls that I traded on Lucky Sweater that hasn't reached me yet, but I was planning on maybe adding that in if hopefully that trade works out and I can add that in. But all this to say is like the indecision is definitely there and that's what makes it a challenge. It's supposed to be hard, and I realize that. But yeah, I definitely am planning on deciding for sure today and then putting everything else away out of my main closet and in storage, and then I will stick to this for 3 months and just kind of see what happens. The main goal for me with this is not to be super rigid with numbers, but it's more about learning how to live with less and appreciate the things that I have, which is something that I've always carried with me in the past. And because I've been getting more into fashion, it's kind of gotten away from me a little bit. It's just been adding this sense of stress and overwhelm and guilt. And I definitely don't want my wardrobe to imbibe those feelings in my life. I want it to be something that's nourishing, that brings me joy, and helps make me feel grounded. I will definitely share updates about this whole capsule wardrobe challenge as I go on over the next few months. Feel free if you are feeling inspired. I would love to have somebody jump in on this with me and have that sense of camaraderie. Before I go, I'm just curious if you have tried a capsule wardrobe in the past, because this is kind of my first time doing an official capsule, and just wondering what your experience was with it and what benefits you found from doing it, or if it was too hard and you quit. I would love to hear from you in the comments, so please feel free to share. If you haven't seen my fall capsule wardrobe video that I shared last week that I mentioned earlier, I will link it here for you so that you can take a look. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.